From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, May the 9th, 2023. The IDF launched Operation Shield and Arrow overnight last night, a targeted campaign, it said, against the Islamic Jihad terror organization in Gaza. This after the terror group launched over 100 rockets at Israel last week that injured several civilians and threatened more violence. During the counterstrikes, the IDF said it targeted 3 senior Islamic Jihad commanders responsible for launching rockets toward Israel over the last month and planning further terror attacks against Israel. The IDF said it also struck Islamic Jihad terrorist infrastructure in the Gaza Strip, including weapons manufacturing sites and military compounds. The strikes, it said, were carried out with pinpoint accuracy based on real-time intelligence while making efforts to avoid harming uninvolved civilians as much as possible. Adding that all 3 senior Islamic Jihad members targeted were heavily involved in the terrorist attempts of the Islamic Jihad to harm IDF soldiers and uninvolved Israeli civilians. There were reports of several civilian casualties, family members of the senior terror members killed. The U.S. Embassy was cited by the Times of Israel saying they were following the airstrikes and that they were aware of reports that 10 civilians were tragically killed in the Israeli strikes. We call for all parties to de-escalate the situation to protect non-combatants and prevent any further loss of civilian life, and saying that the U.S. commitment to Israel's security remains ironclad. Israeli residents living near Gaza were told to enter or stay near bomb shelters. The IDF said it will continue to operate against the threat of terrorism and maintain security for the civilians in the state of Israel. Later today, sharing video showing an IDF aircraft attack on, it said, a Palestinian Islamic Jihad terror cell taking missiles by car to a launch site to fire at Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu held a security assessment on the situation today, vowing whoever harms us, we harm them. Earlier today, the Prime Minister met with Kenyan President William Ruto in Jerusalem. Netanyahu's office said the 2 leaders agreed to work together to strengthen economic and diplomatic cooperation between their countries in a range of areas, including the expansion of bilateral trade, technology, cyber defense, advancing the restoration of a direct air route, water, and agriculture. Israel's Foreign Minister Eli Cohen, meanwhile, was in New Delhi today, where he met with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, calling him a true friend of Israel. Cohen tweeted, India is a world power, the 5th largest economy and the most populous country in the world. He said, I spoke with Modi about strengthening the strategic relations between the countries, expanding the Abraham Accords, and promoting a free trade agreement that will boost Israel's economy. Yesterday, Cohen spoke over the phone with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller said the Secretary and Foreign Minister discussed global issues of mutual concern, including recent developments in Sudan, Russia's aggression in Ukraine, and cooperation on countering Iranian malign influence. Also reaffirming the U.S. support for Israel's security remains ironclad. U.S. Ambassador to Israel Tom Nides will step down from his position this summer. The Times of Israel citing Axios that Nides is leaving the post after 2 years for personal reasons to spend more time with his family. Yesterday, Nides met with leaders from pro-Israel lobby AIPAC, tweeting, great to see my friends at AIPAC and talk about the unbreakable bond between the U.S. and Israel. Well, the Eurovision International Song Competition is underway in Liverpool. The first semifinal is tonight, followed by a second semifinal on Thursday, and then the grand final is coming up this Saturday night. 37 countries are taking part, including Israel, represented this year by Noah Kirel with the song Unicorn. This is the country's 50th year competing at the song contest, which it won in 2018 with Netta Barzilai's Toy. And Netta will be performing at the grand final Saturday night in Liverpool. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, May the 9th at 7 o'clock. Eve Annenberg talks about her film Romeo and Juliet in Yiddish. At 7:30, Hasidic singer Avraham Fried in concert at the Hampton Synagogue for Lag BaOmer. At 9, director Jennifer Gelfer and actor John Buffalo Mailer talk about their film The Second Son. At 10, two leaders of the modern Orthodox community, Blue Greenberg and Rabbi Yitz Greenberg, talk about their views on Jewish life today. That's at Limmud 2017 with Abigail Pogrebin. And coming up next, it's the ILTV's Insider. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, May the 9th, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.